Hello Libras, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 19th through the 25th. This is our second to last ocean mermaid summer themed weekly tarot reading. We're going to have one more next week and it's on to a new theme for September. We're coming into fall. Let's see what's coming up for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And then, guys, after we look at this deck here, we're going to pull a spirit message for you from a different deck at the end. So stay tuned for that. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Libra. Let's see what's coming up for you. We have, dun, 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 your Monday, Tuesday is Temperance, okay? You've got a major arcana card coming up. So, your Monday, Tuesday theme, Libra, is something that's probably going to follow you for a little bit. It's going to be something is beginning or starting. Monday, Tuesday, that's going to be carried with you for the next few months, maybe through the remainder of the year. The Temperance card is major arcana, so this is something is happening. You're at a crossroads. You're at a big change in your life. You're coming into your power or life purpose or life lesson type situation. Life lesson doesn't have to be negative. Don't freak out on me, okay? Hear me out. So the Temperance card is a card that has to do with balance, combining, bringing things together. Sometimes it can be a compromise, but a lot of the times the Temperance card can come up, at least in my experience as a reader. A lot of the times, Libra, the Temperance card can come up as a confirmation for you that some idea that you have or something you're feeling called to do is connected with your life purpose, that you're going to be providing a service for your fellow man in some way. And this is something that's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. What I'm going to also say here is I know a lot of us are coming off of that Aquarius full moon energy. The Aquarius full moon it happens Thursday, August 15th. Now I'm recording at that time, and so I might release this the day of the full moon, but this reading is for the week after, for the 19th through the 25th. So this Aquarius full moon is going to be affecting a lot of people in the way where they're really kind of feeling their inner loneliness. Like they're feeling the ways that they don't feel loved or they don't feel appreciated. So some of you are frustrated because you're wondering, where in the heck is my person? Or why isn't my partner more supportive of me? Or when are they going to learn? Or when are they going to realize it? Or when am I going to get more recognition at work? Or whatever it might be. Some of you may be feeling very discouraged in that way. In the beginning of the week, you might be feeling a little bit discouraged because you feel like you're waiting on something that just doesn't seem to be happening. And the Temperance card wants you to know is that there's things happening behind the surface. There's issues of divine timing, right? Like if you're waiting on someone to come into your life, you might be like, oh my goodness, when is this going to happen? I've worked on myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm being responsible with my life. There's nothing more I can do to work on myself than I've been doing. I'm ready. Why isn't this person here? You might be ready, Libra, but your person might be going through something. Your person may be going through a divorce. Your person may be going through some healing so that they can be in a relationship. Your person may be finishing up military service before they can come back home. It can be so many billion, trillion, jillion different things. But that's just one example in a way where what we're asking for might be aligned with somebody else, and we have to consider their time frame too. Not everything happens in our time frame. So sometimes the Temperance card can be a message that says, hey, look, I know things feel a little bit delayed, but it's not denied. It's coming. It's coming. There's just an issue of timing here. Be patient. It's on its way. Okay. So for some of you, that's the message, or you might even be receiving signs to that effect Monday, Tuesday. You might be getting some kind of confirmation that, hey, look, it's coming. Just be patient. It's going to happen. Don't worry. You know, some of you are coming into a sense of partnership. I do feel with this combining of ideas or things like that. So some of you might be coming into a time of negotiating or compromising something, or you are blending your ideas with someone else. So there's also a sense of teamwork energy or having to learn to work with others. So Monday, Tuesday, Libra, some of you might be in a situation in a work setting or even within family where you're like, okay, like we can't seem to agree eye to eye. So let's find a way to see what works for everybody. How can we incorporate the different ideas, the different views so that we can move forward on this? So there could be some kind of compromise happening for some of you Monday, Tuesday. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Libra, is the Sun. Okay, the Sun, again, major arcana. So there's really big breakthroughs happening for you this week. There's really big changes or coming out of blocks, believing in yourself. The Sun is a card of being seen. Okay, and we were just saying some of you are feeling a little bit discouraged. You're not feeling appreciated, or you're not feeling like you're being recognized. And the Sun card is all about being appreciated. It's all about being recognized. So again, this could be confirmation yet again that something is happening this week that's letting you know, hey, be patient. Things are falling into place. So there's going to be some news or opportunity that's happening for you that's bringing you a sense of joy and happiness. The Sun is freedom. It's fun. It's playfulness. It's true love. It's the inner child. It's so many positive things. And again, we as readers look at what the cards are with the other cards, and we feel the individual person's energy, and we can get a better idea of how it's manifesting for that person. This is a general reading. I'm reading for anywhere from 1,000 to 20,000 people sometimes, depending on how many people watch the video. So it's very hard to pinpoint and say exactly that this is exactly what's happening for every single Libra. But the energy that's coming in that you're going to be experiencing is something is coming in where you are being acknowledged and you're coming into a sense of freedom and playfulness. This makes me feel, Libra, like somebody is treating you in some way or giving you some kind of a reward. Okay, so there could be something where you're getting time off, or there's some bonus coming in that's going to allow you to take a vacation or a trip, or maybe you're winning a vacation or a trip if you are lucky enough to work in some really fancy place where they give away things like that, you know. But there's something happening where I do feel you are receiving some time to play. Some time to play because like you've earned it. You've earned it. Some of you are coming into a sense of like honeymoon energy. I just heard honeymoon. So maybe some of you are planning a honeymoon, or you're winning something that you're going to use as a honeymoon. But there's definitely a sense of just being able to enjoy life with this Sun card for you guys in the middle of the week. Okay, it's going to be different for different ones of you. Also, if you look, what's jumping out at me here about this card is that little spiral right there, that little spiraling energy. So I feel some of you, again, it's that light at the end of the tunnel, or it's being made clear to you the path to go. Light is being shined to your way out of a difficult situation. And when you realize what it is, I almost feel like you're kind of laughing to yourself because you've been swimming against yourself for so long, but you're finding that as you're in your natural abilities, gifts, and talents, that's actually your answer. That's actually your way to progress. That's actually your way to that freedom that you're looking for that will also bring in abundance. The turtles, you might not know this, and I'll move on to the next card after this. But the turtles, you might not know this, you guys, but the turtles are a spirit animal message to stay the course. To keep going on your mission or path, that all will be accomplished, right? And turtles are kind of known as being slow, right? And you had that temperance card coming in about patience. But keep in mind, when the turtles are in the water, they can go a lot faster than they do on land. They can be pretty fast in those waves and currents. So I feel with this Sun card that current is coming up and giving you a little bit of speed. Whatever you're working on is going to be something that's going to last a lifetime. So it's going to develop in stages, but there's going to be a positive little push here in the middle of the week. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday card is Six of Cups. So some of you might be in this energy of missing the old days, or thinking about your old friends, or thinking about an old love, or there could be an old friend or an old love who's been thinking about you. They may be reaching out. For other ones of you, I want you to be cautious. And I'll tell you why. Because there seems to be this big forward movement in the middle of the week. There seems to be this big forward movement. Sometimes when that happens, we freak out a little bit and we're tempted to stay in the old way or to go back to the way things used to be. And Spirit wants you to know that sometimes when we do this, we're remembering the past much better than it actually was. And if things were really all that great, you wouldn't have made a decision to leave somebody. You wouldn't have made the decision to leave a relationship, or you wouldn't have made a decision to, move or to quit a job or to go to a new job or whatever it might have been. There's a reason why you made that decision in the past, okay? So sometimes we romanticize the past. Now, this does not mean that if someone is extending a reconciliation to you, or if you have a chance to go back home, this doesn't mean that you should be like, nope, never mind, it's in the past, forget it. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means don't go jumping into it with some misplaced expectation that it's gonna be perfection. Weigh your options, study, do your research. Think about what were some of the issues last time. Really, what were some of the issues last time? What can happen this time so that you don't have those same issues again? Okay, so there's sometimes a caution here. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't reconcile or you shouldn't make up. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go back to an old job, or you shouldn't, move back to where you grew up. It just means that you need to be sure that it's really what you want to do, and you need to be sure that you're not going into it with rose-colored glasses, with some filtered lenses that are showing you something much better than what the reality would actually be. So it's just a little bit of a heads up, okay? But the Six of Cups, like I said, some of you are feeling a little bit sentimental. You are kind of wanting to go back to that past energy, okay? And you might be hearing from old friends. Some of you, I do feel for some of you, Libra, there's some kind of a celebration that might be happening for you. It could be a reunion. It could be somebody is throwing a party or something in your honor. But there is also a sense of you're having this nostalgia, or you're missing the old days because something is happening that's triggering that sense of fun. You're hearing from someone, or you're seeing these people, or you're visiting, and you're like, oh, wow, this was so great. Why did I ever leave? So some of you are having this big feeling of nostalgia. And this card is just saying, hey, just remember, there's reasons why you made this choice. Don't go beating yourself up. Sometimes, too, with Six of Cups, you have to be cautious to avoid depression, because you might be thinking about the past too much. You might really be constantly in your mind, being in your past memories, to where you're not paying attention to the here and now. And sometimes that can cause depression, okay? There are many other causes of depression, guys. I'm not making light of depression. I'm not saying that's the only reason for it. I'm just saying that can be one of the causes sometimes. When there isn't something more traumatic, or when there isn't something like a chemical in the body. Sometimes if you're constantly looking behind you, you feel very sad and you can't enjoy what's in the here and now, and you can't plan for the future because your mind is always in the past. So again, guys, this energy is going to affect you guys in different ways. This is a general reading, so I try to go over the different scenarios. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your spirit message for the week. And as always, watch your moon and rising sign videos, because some weeks that might resonate with you more. Some weeks it might give you a little extra information. And for those of you who are curious about which cards I used this week, I always have them listed in the description of the video. There's always links if you want to check them out. Oh, wow, Libra, so you have protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. So some of you, because you do have this progress coming in, or you do have this joy coming in, or this reward coming in, some of you are maybe afraid. You're afraid of having nice things, or you're afraid of the attention it might be bringing to you, or now that you're some of you maybe have really been struggling financially for a long time, and now that things are coming in, you're worried about losing them. This doesn't mean you should be completely and totally irresponsible and like leave your purse out in the middle of the street or in the middle of the office unattended. But use common sense, use caution. But in that way, or in that sense, also your angels and guides are protecting that which you have worked for. You're safe, your belongings are safe, your family is safe. So there's a sense and a feeling of you knowing that it's okay for you to receive. This is one of the blocks that people have in receiving. And what's jumping out at me here is this little new moon, and the new moon is very much about new things coming in, receiving. So Libra, a lot of you are currently in a time of receiving, and it might be making you nervous because this is a block a lot of people have in receiving finances. That's a past life block, that in the past life they had experiences where maybe they were very wealthy, or they lived in a really great place, and people came in and they pillaged that village and they lost everything. Or some of people have had misfortunes, or those people who are maybe immigrants, or I'm saying immigrants because I'm in the United States, but maybe that's not a very politically maybe that's a too localized term for me to use. I'm sorry. But there are people who live in countries or come from countries who are in this place where they had to escape like a genocide, or they had to escape a war because there was some side that was like, oh, we want your wealth, or we want what you have, or we want your power. So there was like an invasion. So even, those of us who maybe did not experience that, we might be the descendants of grandparents or great-grandparents who experienced that, and they had to run away, right? So their fear of, lay low, don't draw attention to yourself. We might inherit that, or we might inherit it from a past life where we're afraid to receive because we think, oh, if I have good luck or if I have good fortune, then I'm just walking around with a target on my back. And this card is encouraging you to come out of that way of thinking, right? To just come into that you're in a time now where it's safe for you to receive. You're in a time now where you can trust in the protection of the divine and the higher power, because even those of us who come from grandparents or great-grandparents who had that experience, obviously they got out safe enough to where you're here, right? And there was a chance to build again. There was a chance to build again. The universe is an abundant universe. We can always get more, right? So there's this feeling of faith, coming into this place of faith, okay? Again, watch your moon sign and rising sign video. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the Calendly link, I have private readings starting as low as $20 and up. So there's some affordable options there. Some of you are like, thank you for the reading, Amethyst, but I want to know about my love life. What about my love life? I hear you. I totally understand that's an important thing. I just kind of do those separate on this channel because I want you guys to have a reading where you can focus on you and just you without anybody's, stuff and your journey. But if you look in the description of the video, there's a link to the August love readings. So if you haven't already watched the August love readings, go ahead and check that out. In the next few days, in the next week or so, I'll probably start on the CrossWatcher videos for September. Man, we're already halfway through the month, so I'll start CrossWatcher for September soon, and then probably the week after I'll do the September love videos. But the August love videos are up. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. And again, guys, thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous week.